This is KGW News at noon.
A new report calling out Portland area hospitals for criminalizing mental illness. Healthcare providers are calling police about troubled people trespassing, and many of those folks are ending up in jail instead of in treatment. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Brenda Braxton. KGW's Tim Gordon is joining us live outside Good Sam in Northwest Portland. Tim, that's one of the hospitals under scrutiny. Tell us more about this problem.
Well, Brenda, Disability Rights Oregon looked at calls to Portland police from 6 Portland hospitals, including Good Sam. They were calls where the primary offense was trespass, and the results are rather startling. The study looked at calls between 2017 and 2018. There were 142 of them for trespassing or an unwanted person. Of those 142, 42 involved people who clearly showed or expressed a mental health condition. The calls to police came from hospitals with emergency departments. That's here at Good Sam, also Legacy Emmanuel, Providence Portland, OHSU, Adventist Medical Center, and Unity Center for Behavioral Health. And in a lot of these cases, the hospitals wanted police to remove and arrest the person, not because they were causing a disturbance, but because they were asking for help and refused to leave.
To criminalize that behavior just feels like a really telling example of how stigmatizing mental health conditions still are, even in our healthcare settings, and how far we have to go as a community in terms of decriminalizing mental illness.
The study also found that people who were homeless at 72% and people of color at 35% were more likely to be arrested for trespassing at a hospital. So what does Disability Rights Oregon want to see happen? It wants a change in procedures dealing with marginalized communities, including those with mental health problems, more resources to make those procedures work at hospitals, and long-term help from providers for housing and other care. Legacy Health just put out a statement saying in part, quote, "Our services are available to anyone seeking medical and or behavioral health services. Our priority is to provide a safe environment for patients, families, and visitors in order for staff to provide the care that's needed. Anyone who is a threat to safety or anyone acting in a way contrary to a safe, healing environment by demonstrating violent or unruly behavior will be asked to leave the premises and a trespass may be issued." And Providence Health also shared its concern for this issue and told us some of the ways that it is working to do better. But this watchdog advocacy group says not enough is being done, and there's certainly more to do. Brenda, back to you.
Thank you, Tim. The man accused of murdering 2 people in the Lentz neighborhood in southeast Portland will be arraigned this afternoon. Police say 19-year-old Michael Ramirez shot and killed 2 people in May. The first shooting was on the 24th, the second a day later. Police arrested Ramirez in Gresham. Investigators haven't talked about a motive or whether Ramirez knew the victims. He'll appear in court at 2 p.m. And we have a big update from Boeing. It's selling its MAX 737 planes for the first time since the deadly crashes in Ethiopia and in Indonesia. Boeing announced a preliminary deal this morning. It plans to sell 200 jets to International Airlines Group. That's the parent company of British Airways. The sale shows airlines are confident the MAX jets will fly again soon. They've been grounded since March. A magnitude 6.8 earthquake struck along the coast of northern Japan. This shaky surveillance footage was taken the moment it hit. The quake prompted a tsunami warning for Japan. There are no reports of any injuries. Back here at home, the Oregon House passed a controversial bill aimed at reducing carbon emissions. It is complicated, but essentially it limits greenhouse gas emissions and offers companies incentives to comply. It does this by requiring the state's largest businesses to buy pollution allowances. House lawmakers debated the bill for 6 hours last night. Republicans say it would cause businesses to move out of state, but supporters say it'll help the economy as climate change worsens. The bill now goes to the Senate. Governor Kate Brown said she would sign it. All right, we talked about Portland pools opening up today. So, Rod, the weather, it's a little, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Not quite as warm as everybody would hope.
It's the one day where you want it to be almost hot, right? To jump in the water and really enjoy it. I want to show you Pacific City. There are spots that are really sunny, both at the coast and in the valley, but overall, it's a mixed bag. Here's downtown Portland. Not too bad. We've been kind of partly cloudy much of the morning. Temperature 68 degrees. We're actually on track to be right where the seasonal averages are for this time of the year, which would be mid to upper 70s for a high. It's been sunnier on the other side of the West Hills. The Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club still pretty bright, but about the same as downtown Portland at 67. So maybe you're watching and you're going to take the little ones out to the pool this afternoon. Still going for a forecast high of 77. And if anything, we should become increasingly more sunny. When you get east of town, Gresham, for example, still very cloudy up north. Clouds in parts of Clark County as well. It'll be about 72 at 8 p.m. So, Brenda, we'll leave you with, we are tracking rain chances coming up on my 7-day forecast.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Thank you, Rod. If you're heading to the coast, avoid the water near Cannon Beach. This is a live look from our Skycam there. I'm not sure everybody's gotten the word quite yet, but the Oregon Health Authority issued a public health advisory after finding high levels of fecal bacteria in that water. That can cause skin rashes and stomach cramps. So what you're supposed to do is avoid swimming in the ocean and nearby creeks until this advisory is lifted.
I love her very much, and I want her home.
That woman got emotional after somebody stole her rare black swan named Belladonna. Robin Birdsong owns the Enchanted Farm Sanctuary in Newburgh. She says early Sunday morning she heard some commotion and ran outside and then saw a car peeling out of the driveway. She says a bunch of Belladonna's feathers littered the ground.
I haven't really slept. That's one thing. I mean, I'm literally deliriously. I'm emotionally exhausted, and I'm just not sure where to go from here. I don't really know what else to do.
She thinks whoever stole the swan will try to sell it for cash. The other problem, whoever took Belladonna doesn't necessarily know how to take care of her, and that scares Birdsong the most. So if you have any information, you're asked to call the Yamhill County Sheriff's Office. Protesters are outside the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office in Southwest Portland today. They're marking the one-year anniversary of the Occupy ICE camp. Demonstrators stayed outside ICE offices for weeks last year, protesting the Trump administration's policy of separating migrant families at the Mexico border. This new wave of protesters plan to be at the ICE building until this evening. And a local artist also marking the anniversary of Occupy ICE with a new art installation. Her name is Amy Sitars, and she built that cage filled with bronze children's shoes. She says she hopes it'll help people remember what's happening at the border. Well, crowds of people are lining up in Orlando this afternoon as President Trump gets ready to kick off his re-election campaign tonight. NBC's Tracy Potts has the latest.
Trump 2020 becomes official tonight in Battleground, Florida. Supporters are camping out in Orlando.
Pillows, our food supply.
For a spot in the sold-out arena where President Trump makes that announcement tonight.
My polls show that I'm winning everywhere.
But leaked internal polls show he's losing 11 key states to Democrat Joe Biden.
I believe we can win Texas and Florida if you look at the polling data now.
A person close to the Trump campaign tells NBC those pollsters are being let go.
It's all about the re-election. You just see that, the only thing he cares about, which is dangerous.
The president tweeting overnight about new raids on undocumented immigrants next week. Quote, they will be removed as fast as they come in, he says, a move sure to energize his base.
But I love it that he's getting things done.
Taking a page from the Democrats' playbook, Republicans are focusing on voter registration. A conservative group is spending $20 million to sign up new voters, beginning in Orlando.
Florida has 9 million unregistered voters. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
The White House plans to send another 1,000 troops to the Middle East. This comes as the U.S. blames Iran for attacking 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman last week. The U.S. released these photos, claiming they show Iranian troops removing an unexploded mine from the side of a Japanese tanker. Iran has denied carrying out the attack. This morning, Iran's president says his country will not wage war against what he called, quote, a group of politicians with little experience.